still missing in East New Britain continues. A human body was washed ashore on Jowl Island in Kavieng District, New Ireland Province. While authorities are yet to confirm the identity of the person, locals believe the body is that of one of the missing persons from this boat tragedy. Jowl Island resident Copper Francis spoke to us over the phone and described the discovery.
Oh, you pay no Fokina lo wallet, huh?
Yeah, inside the wallet, one of Pokina. Pokina na. Portugal is to Marito, Freno.
Meantime, East New Britain Provincial Administrator Levi Mano has confirmed that they have also received news of the discovery and a helicopter is en route to retrieve the deceased so that formal identification can be carried out.
Yes, so I think that's the information is going around on Facebook at the moment. We have sent a team up on the chopper. It's on its way to retrieve the body, and that's when we will really work out the identity of the deceased.
Okay.
So at the moment, it's all assumptions. At the moment, it's only on Facebook. But we are sending our team up together with the chopper to pick that up and pick the body up and properly identify the disease. Apart from the press statement that I released yesterday,
Yes.
after yesterday's release to the entire media fraternity, that's the first body that we have managed to spot.
Okay.
So that's basically where we are at the moment, and the search is still continuing. It's restricted to aerial search at the moment. Sea search is temporarily called off because of the unfriendliness of the weather. And so we are only doing it from the air. And soon after all this, as soon as we find information or spot any debris or anything, then we will send our ground team to properly verify, which is the same as the case now. Okay, the total people who were on those two boats, as per the press statement yesterday, is a total of 27 people, which includes 14 adults and 11 children. Very sad, and from us at the provincial government as a disaster team here, we continue to advise our community. And while I have the opportunity to be talking to you, I will continue to do what I can to ensure that we encourage people to look after the way they move around here at this time, especially the atolls, the islands of Bukofiok, Watam, and everybody across here. Rainy finished, but now it's El Nino, and El Nino comes together with very strong wind that moves the cloud away from the sky, and so there is no rain, but dry season where there's possibility of fallen trees, fallen power lines, and balsa is everywhere in our communities, and those are the things that can easily result in disastrous situation that we have. So that's my warning to everyone here.
This is a developing story, and further details will be provided as information becomes available. Still on this tragedy, the East New Britain provincial government has confirmed that search and rescue efforts are continuing for those still missing after two boats capsized off Pigeon Island on Saturday afternoon. The Provincial Disaster Office says the incident involved 27 people, including East New Britain Provincial Health Authority staff, their families and friends, who were traveling from Pangpang Island in the Duke of York Islands to Kokopo.
The two boats reportedly capsized at around 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. The incident was reported to the Provincial Disaster Office at 4:51 p.m., prompting an immediate search coordinated through the Duke of York local level government. However, initial rescue efforts were hampered by rough seas, strong winds, and poor visibility. Later that evening, Two survivors, both believed to be the boat's keepers, made it ashore at Bai village in the Kombu LLC. Police retrieved the pair early Sunday morning and brought them to Kokopo Police Station to assist with the ongoing investigation. On Sunday, 7 search teams, including police boats and the governor's team, searched waters stretching from the west coast of New Ireland to Point Takis near the east and west New Britain border. But worsening sea conditions forced the operation to be suspended later that afternoon. On Monday, the search continued by air using a helicopter provided through the National Disaster Center and the National Maritime Safety Authority. The aerial search covered the west coast of New Ireland, the north coast of East and West New Britain, and parts of Pomio. One of the missing boats was eventually located drifting off Kolube in Namatanai District, New Ireland Province. Authorities say the vessel is expected to be retrieved to assist investigations, but no bodies were sighted during the aerial search. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Police and communities in New Ireland Province are on alert, looking out for any signs of debris or bodies that may be floating or are washed ashore. The New Ireland Provincial Police Command has issued alert notices to those along the west coast like Namatanai for people to look out for any sightings as the search for the missing families continues.
The search has been, for us, the information to the advocates was disseminated right across to policemen and women in New Ireland, including Lear, Simberi, as well as Namatana, and that part of the area where the west coast boundary runs through from Namatanai, Kevin down to Namatanai. So policemen that are camping along the logging camp as well as the general publics all informed now of the incidents at the missing boat. So as a result, from PBC's New Britain, Chief Inspector Amanda Kate and the team, information was related same, and same was disseminated back. So we are kind of fully aware and keeping watch on any suspicious, person alive or the body dead, and at the same time the wrecks of the boat. I think one has been identified as said to be split in the middle, but there's another one. We're also making people aware along the coast of Big Tapar place and at the same time Simberi. Okay, they've also been informed Tatao, small Tata Island, the big island Tabar as well as Simberi. So people are just giving a lookout on generally if they suspiciously identify some unstrange, remain. They will call back to us or call back the emergency lines back to Kokopo, or if otherwise through to my hand here, or the emergency team here, or through to the National Maritime Safety Authorities. So they will try to at least feed information back and forth to see if we establish some evidence in relation to the missing families.
Prime Minister James Marape has expressed concern over the disappearance of 27 people in East New Britain, including employees of the East New Britain Provincial Health Authority and members of their families who remain missing at sea. He pledged his government's support in the ongoing search exercise.
In a statement released yesterday afternoon, the Prime Minister outlined his government's readiness to support the East New Britain Provincial Government, disaster authorities, police and all agencies involved in the ongoing search and rescue operation. Marape said he had directed relevant national agencies to provide any assistance required and to work closely with provincial authorities to ensure every possible effort is made to locate those missing. He also acknowledged the dedication of police officers, disaster officers, volunteers, local boat operators, air crews, and community members who continue searching under challenging conditions. The Prime Minister says their commitment reflects the compassion and resilience of Papua New Guineans and thanked everyone involved in the operation. He also called on all Papua New Guineans to keep the missing passengers, their families, and the search teams in their prayers as such efforts continues. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News after the break. Boost cybersecurity skills for law enforcers and Unitech tightens security.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
What a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this. And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No, Kara. He's over. What a try. Oh, the emotions are flowing. Jubilation. Ecstasy. What a game.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, P&G and Mia. Find P&G made.
Tambo tru lonkarim o salim na simokin. Marijuana or all drugs no good ikam lo overseas or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law or likolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo baim court fine inap money mark inap lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This platok sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time Halivin, Vilom Australia, Papua New Guinea Law na Justice Partnership.
P&G's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldsport brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in P&G. Proudly Goldsport.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
Welcome back. Law enforcement agencies, including the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, Correctional Service and Papua New Guinea Defence Force, have been urged to recruit and train individuals with strong digital literacy skills, especially in cybersecurity. Michael Tamti-Pais with this report.
Law enforcement agencies in the country, including the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, Correctional Service and Papua New Guinea Defence Force, were urged to recruit and train individuals with strong digital literacy skills, especially in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity PNG Limited founder and Chief Executive Officer Solomon Chua made a call during Day 2 of the Digital Transformation Summit in Port Moresby, highlighting the need for law enforcers to be prepared for the growing digital threats. Chua said law enforcement agencies have the legal authority to prosecute cyber criminals but they must have the right skills and knowledge to effectively deal with cyber-related crimes.
Other countries, in our country, most of the law enforcement officers, when you look at it, the level of education they have is grade 10, for instance. They pass out of college, probably they go to a Golden River Training Depot, or probably they go to Bomana Police Training College or the Bomana College of Excellence. We cannot train them to do cyber forensic investigation, because the level of, I'm not demeaning anybody, I'm just talking about the level of, because cybersecurity is a high level, or let's say cybersecurity, cyber defense, cyber forensics, cyber intelligence, cyber assurance, these are all highly skilled areas. And for our law enforcement officers to, for us to train them, I find it very difficult. So then our word is that from now on, the police should, for instance, the police should recruit probably university graduates.
Speaking under the team securing PNG's digital future, Shua said, cybersecurity training must become a key part of the law enforcement education in Papua New Guinea, continues to further into the digital space. He further proposed that training programs at law enforcement institutions should be extended beyond 1 year and include specialized cybersecurity courses to prepare officers for future digital challenges. Su also stressed that while investment in digital infrastructure and data centers is important, the human element remains a major factor in cybersecurity.
We need to invest in our people, because in whatever we do, we can invest in infrastructure, data center. There's somebody that would be behind all this, protecting that, and that person is the weakest link in our cyber defenses. So if we put that person, and he's sitting in front of a, let's say, a multi-million-dollar investment in data center, but if that person doesn't know what cybersecurity is, then he's already the weakest link. And
Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
Accessibility remains the core strategy of PNG Data Co. as the firm continues to push towards expansion of network connectivity across the country despite limited resources.
Speaking during the second day of the 5-day Digital Transformation Summit 2026, David Ba, the General Manager of ICT and Cloud Enterprise at PNG Data Co, said accessibility remains the core strategy driving Data Co's expansion of network across 22 provinces in the country, ensuring Papua New Guineans have access to reliable telecommunication network. Despite challenges, internet and network within Data Co, the state-owned entity believes it has adequate bandwidth or data capacity for locations with no connectivity.
We've been able to cover all the 22 provincial capitals with fiber optics currently. So we've been able to achieve that for every provincial capital in the country. 22 of them, we have the presence of the fiber optics. Now, when you now bring it down to the district, which happens to be the critical part, we've been able to cover 60-something% of the district, meaning that we still have a lot of work to do to cover the rest of the district, and by extension also move to the LLG.
Ba stated that accessibility is what fuels DataCo to roll out its expansion and connectivity programs. DataCo also plans to go into partnership with public and private companies to drive forward the major strategy.
So our strategy basically is to keep expanding, keep pushing accessibility, and that is basically part of our KCN2 project that's actually in the pipeline. We are looking at getting the backing collaboration of the government, which will form part of the major strategy to cover the rest of the country.
Ba spoke on a session that focused on future digital infrastructure for Papua New Guinea. Mason Luis, TV1 News.
Investment in digital infrastructure remains a key priority for the Asian Development Bank as Papua New Guinea continues its digital transformation journey. Digital infrastructure helps to connect remote communities and drives economic growth in Papua New Guinea.
Speaking during the first plenary session on day 2 of the 2026 Digital Transformation Summit, The Asian Development Bank Country Operations Head Sun Chen said investment in infrastructure is vital for development, with digital infrastructure now playing an important role in PNG's future. Mr. Chen made a statement in response to a question by Nick, the Chief Executive Officer, during the panel discussion on what PNG should prioritize in the coming decades, particularly in the digital space. The importance of digital infrastructure cannot be understated. Digital infrastructure has vast impact as it connects remote communities and drives economic growth in Papua New Guinea. It helps the government deliver public services, and it also allows small businesses to sell goods online, boosting the economy. While ADB continues to support physical infrastructure projects in areas such as transport, health, education, and energy, Mr. Chen said the bank is also strengthening its digital sector support to meet PNG's growing digital needs.
That meaningful connectivity, which is actually driven by infrastructure coverage and then the cost price, is about 65. It's not that bad actually. Meaning, in terms of infrastructure, yes, there are some infrastructure, and then a country is making investment into the infrastructure. But when it comes to the universal connectivity, which is actually mainly driven by people's actual use, is quite low, only around 22. So meaning there is a huge gap between the infrastructure that country has and then moving on, and then actual use by the people in terms of these digital technology and solutions, right? So we are making a good investment, and ADB also will support to provide the enabling environment in terms of the infrastructure investment. But we see still there is a lagging behind on people's use of these digital solutions. So we need to look into why this is happening, and then what would be the solutions that we can bring together.
He said access to basic services such as electricity remains a challenge in many parts of the country, limiting the expansion of digital connectivity. Mr. Chen concluded by stating that addressing infrastructure gaps will be important to ensuring more Papua New Guineans can access digital services and benefits from the opportunities created through digital transformation. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
Papua New Guinea's state-owned commercial bank, the National Banking Corporation Limited, has secured more than 200 million kina in capital investment from Papua New Guinean investors as it prepares to enter the National Stock Exchange in 2028. The bank's chairman, Daryl Sito, said all shares issued under this capital raise were priced between 60 toya and 70 toya per share in the book build process. Sito said the capital now strengthens the bank's financial position and provides a solid foundation to accelerate growth. The Papua New Guinea University of Technology has made a commitment to strengthen security measures following the armed robbery in the female students' dormitory in the early hours of Sunday, July the 18th. The University Council and senior management will be reviewing their security arrangements and operations to ensure the safety and well-being of its students at the Tarka campus in Lae.
On Saturday, July 18, 2026, the Female Students' Hall of Residence at the Unitec Adventist Residential College in Lae was broken into by over 40 armed men. The incident, which occurred between 2 and 2:40 a.m., was the latest in a series of break-ins at the university, affecting both staff and students. The over 70 occupants of the UARC dormitory were believed to be the latest victims of the armed and dangerous Operation Brukim Tulait, or OBT gangs, who use their numerical strength to overwhelm their victims and even law enforcement. Following the traumatic ordeal that the female students went through, the PNG UOT Council and senior management have resolved to increase security personnel and overnight patrols across student residential areas, upgrade security infrastructure, including improved lighting and surveillance measures, and strengthen emergency response procedures and improve communication channels. In a statement released today, PNG UOT's Vice Chancellor, Professor Ora Renagi, said they recognize the fear and emotional distress experienced by the female students and extend their sincere support to them. He outlined that immediately after the incident, the university management, led by the registrar and supported by the Student Services and Facilities Center, relocated all affected students, provided welfare support and counseling services, and met with the affected students to listen to their concerns and provide reassurance. The university has also compiled student statements and inventories of lost property to support police investigations. Professor Renagi gave the assurance that they have reported the matter to the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary and are cooperating fully with the ongoing investigation. Kamila Guare, TV1 News, Ley.
And now the finance report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2272 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2197, $0.3107 Australian dollars, $0.1846 euro, and 35.47 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York closed, gold, coffee, and palm oil closed higher, cocoa and crude oil closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. You're watching TV1 News. Hoskins Airport upgrade and Nasian All-Stars set to light up Lamana. We'll have those stories and more when we come back.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Oh, what a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this. And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No, Kara, he's over. What a try. Oh, the emotions are flowing. Jubilation, ecstasy, what a game.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No-Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Hey PNG, get ready to brush to the beat for Colgate National Toothbrushing Day. Brush to the beat with over 480,000 registered participants this year nationwide. Brush your teeth for 2 minutes twice a day and remember to change your toothbrush every 3 months. Head over to the Colgate Pacific PNG Facebook page for more info or drop a comment and tell us a song we can brush to the beat with. Get brushing this National Toothbrushing Day with Colgate.
You sabi to wholesome condom and one way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy? Tingim, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you no sabi long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok sabi ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
It is World Cup Rugby League. How good is it to be back united?
Oh, it's on. Good.
And they're serving up some brilliant entertainment here because this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic from Jimmy Notley. He's playing for his family and his country. PNG, they will run through brick walls, I told you that. My goodness. A real festival.
Thanks for staying with us. The Evangelical Church of Papua New Guinea has grown into one of Papua New Guinea's leading Christian denominations, serving communities through evangelism, education and healthcare over the past 60 years. Reflecting on the journey ECPNG took during the 60th Diamond Jubilee dinner in Port Moresby recently, National President Henengebe Himugu likened the church's journey to a small canoe launched 60 years ago.
National President of ECPNZ, Ngembe Imugu, said though many questioned whether it would survive, God had faithfully guided the canoe into a strong national church, touching lives throughout the nation. Today, the church operates 286 educational institutions across Western, Ella, and Southern Islands provinces, including elementary and primary schools, secondary and high schools, a college of higher education progressing towards university status, a general nursing college, and a community health workers training school. In the health sector, ECPNZ manages 68 health facilities, including 2 hospitals, health centers, sub-health centers, aid posts, heaven clinics, and training institutions, delivering essential healthcare services to thousands of Papua New Guineans, particularly in remote communities.
History is full of his fingerprints. We are not a breakout group. ECP is not formed by stealing other people's congregation. We did not break away from our denomination from ECP. We are a church born out of genuine, intensive evangelism and missions work among our primitive tribes. Spending over many years, we celebrate.
Himugu said as ECPNG celebrates this historic Diamond Jubilee, the church honors the sacrifices of missionaries, pastors, evangelists, teachers, women, youth, and faithful believers who have advanced God's kingdom across Papua New Guinea while calling on a new generation to continue the mission into the future.
Thank you, Christian Leaders Training College, for training our leaders and pastors, Faith Bible Society, ETA, SIL, for the sacrifices that you do to make the Holy Scriptures in our languages. Thank you, Universal Mission. Thank you, Evangelical Alliance, and member churches, all the Christian churches. We value your partnership.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The Hoskins Airport upgrade project in West New Britain is advancing into airside and landside works, with 50% of the project already being completed. Stages 1 to 7 of airside works has been completed, and Stage 8 commenced on the 23rd of June 2026 following CASA PNG approval. Once Stage 8 is completed by the end of this month, the runway length will enable Q400 operations. But for now, the airport is restricted and is only for ATR 42 and DHC 8300 operations. The Mana will come alive this weekend when it hosts the Nesian All-Stars concert. The concert will feature regional legends and rising stars, celebrating island music, culture, and unity across the Pacific. Nesian All-Stars concert will be one of the biggest Melanesian music events in PNG, with a lineup of famous singers from PNG and in the region. Singers include Samson Sayani, famously known as Shazi, Kado from Viginats, Joseph Nomoru, also known as Kronos, Malmeninga Kuri, and for the first time, international singer Gariani J, famously known as Troublesome.
It was basically Shaz's concept to begin with, and then he had a talk to me about the show, and then we've formulated it to Nesian All-Stars.
One of the longest-standing artists in the region, Shazi, spoke of his excitement for upcoming events and added that he will be adding a few singles to his set list to bring about the Pacific vibe.
Nation All Stars is a good concept, especially we are welcoming Polynesians, Melanesians, and Micronesians. So this is the first of its kind in Papua New Guinea that we are doing a Pacific thing. And I'm really grateful for that to be part of this event. And to our fans and also the public that they'll be coming on Saturday here at the Gold Club, they'll be expecting Pacific music, especially from me. The songs that I've sang in the past that I didn't perform live, it would be for the first time to include some of the songs as well. Like for one, Zukit.
Viginats from Aroma in the Central Province is famous for iconic hits like Olema, Avalavu, and Naiwao, who had people on a chokehold back in the 2010s, will also be a part of the concert.
I would say thank you to Shazi. It was a shock one for me past 2 months, I guess. You paid a visit for this event, Music Awards, right? Yeah, that was a heads up you gave, and then you left. Anyways, I'm excited and happy, looking forward to this Saturday for our Nation All Stars. And also, it's my first time here at Lamana. So glad to giving me this opportunity.
He is glad to be back on the stage and was grateful for the privilege to be a part of the concert. The concert will take place at the Lamana Gold Club on Saturday, 25th of July, 2026, commencing at 10 p.m. For the first time, Giriani J, also known as Troublesome, will perform in Port Moresby this Saturday. The musician and songwriter from Makira Province in the Solomon Islands is excited to participate in the Nesian concert.
I know my fans here in PNG. They interact with me through Facebook, and they always check me out on Facebook. Come over to PNG, please. Okay. In Vanuatu, I don't receive much messages from them. So when I went there last month, I played there, and I just said, I'll just go and do the show. I don't expect anything. And when I play, the crowd from behind those places were just like rushing onto the stage. Some even jump onto the stage. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have fans here. And I'm expecting that from the PNG fans who always beg me to come over for the past 13 years.
In regional news, Pacific nations must make education a top priority to tackle climate change, labor mobility, and rapid technological change. Speaking at the 11th Pacific Board for Educational Quality meeting, the SPC Deputy Director General, Dr. Andrew Jones, called for education systems that are resilient, evidence-based, culturally grounded, and future-ready. He said learners need skills for the employment, leadership, and protecting the Pacific environment while staying connected to Pacific values and identity. Dr. Jones urged regional leaders to work together to strengthen education systems and help shape a better future for Pacific children. There are calls for action to bring down the pedestrian death toll by improving footpaths. Each year, a surprising number of people are killed simply while walking. Pedestrian groups say there's plenty to be done to make walking in the suburbs safer.
In Melbourne's suburbs, life on foot isn't always easy.
It's like potholes on the road, but the footpath version.
If there's not a safe crossing, if there's some missing footpath or something like that, then people lose their feeling of safety.
Maroondah Council, east of the city, has identified hundreds of flashpoints for pedestrians, including uneven surfaces, paths too close to traffic, and bus stops with no safe place to cross the road. They're now working out how to fix it.
It's just about community and passive surveillance. More people out means you feel safer.
Pedestrians are among the state's most vulnerable road users. 48 people were killed while walking in 2024.
Pedestrian group Victoria Walks is calling on the state government to invest $150 million over the next 4 years to upgrade or install about 1,000 pedestrian crossings like this one.
But people will only walk when they are safe and when they feel safe.
Both the government and the opposition say they'll consider it. With the state's population set to tip 10 million people by 2051, there's a push to help people get out of their cars, particularly for short trips.
There's about 2 million trips a week that are under a kilometre. So if we could just get people walking those trips, it would reduce the congestion for when we do need to drive somewhere.
A step into a healthier future.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, Wagitumbe fined 20,000 Kina and Vipers women record first win.
Tambo tru longkarim o salim na simokin, marijuana or all drugs no good ikam lo overseas or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law olikolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo baim court fine enough money mark enough lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This pla talk sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time Halivin, Bilom Australia, Papua New Guinea Law Na Justice Partnership.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection. So my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
From our homes, where every morning starts with a taste we all love. A taste that holds memories and shared stories. A taste that can bring friends together. Made with care and loved in every corner of PNG. Inspired by our champions and rooted by our family values. Snacks, so crunchy and tasty, it's irresistible.
Dad's gonna be home soon. Dinner's not ready. He's gonna be mad. Mom's trying her best. If it's not ready, oh no. I'm proud of my old man. If he can change, anyone can.
Cooking with gas. That is some of the best ice cream we've tried on Triple D. Take a look at this. Juicy, tender. Prime time, dude.
Triple D Nation. Saturdays 4:30 on Turbo.
Welcome back. Asila Wagitumbe Rugby League franchise has been handed a 20,000 kina fine for failing to provide adequate security during the Digicel ExxonMobil Cup Round 14 match against PRK Mendi Muruks in Minj last weekend. The 20,000 kina fine is one of 3 decisions made by the PNG National Rugby League competition following an investigation into last weekend's match.
The other decisions were that all matches scheduled for Jonah Ambani Oval in Minsk be suspended for the remainder of the 2026 season, with the day's match awarded to PRK Mendy Muruks. The sanctions follow an investigation into the round 14 clash played on Saturday, 18 July, which was brought to an end 3 minutes before full time after spectators threw objects onto the field, making it unsafe for the game to continue. PNG NRLC Chief Operating Officer Tony Archer elaborated on the incident.
There was a section of the crowd that obviously threw those items onto the field and made the field unable to continue the game because of what was on there. We came together, there was a conversation on whether or not the match could be completed, and it could not be. First and foremost, the position today is this, that the match will be awarded to Mendy. It's allowed to be awarded to Mendy after 77 minutes under our operations manual. If a match goes over 40 minutes, the match is completed. And Mendy will be awarded the 2 points, the competition points, as a result of the match ending in the 77th minute.
Archer said the actions of a few should not be seen as a reflection of the sport, the clubs, or the many spectators who attend matches in the right spirit. He commended players from both clubs for the way they conducted themselves during the incident.
So as a result, Tumbe, who were the hosting club, will be breached and fined 20,000 kina for their actions. Additionally, there will be no further games this season played at the venue. We've made a decision for the remainder of the season there will be no further games played. That not only impacts that club, but it also impacts the Hagen Eagles. They're also aware of our decision to not continue to play games there for the remainder of the season.
PNG NRLC says it will continue to take firm action whenever a player or supporter conduct compromises the integrity and reputation of the competition. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
After a round 13 loss to the Engamioks, the Port Moresby Vipers returned to the winner's circle with an emphatic 26-10 victory over the Central Dabaris on Sunday. It was a must-win for the Wellington Albert coached side after they were humbled by the Engamioks the week before.
Vipers coach Wellington Albert expressed pride in his team's efforts, acknowledging that consistency and game structure had been lacking in recent weeks.
We believe in our boys that week of TDC, and they haven't been playing up to the standard where they have set themselves, but in the last couple of games. But it's good to see they came back and play like the way Vipers used to play. So really proud of them this afternoon.
The win keeps the Vipers within the top 4 as they prepare for the finals with 4 rounds remaining. Albert noted the challenge ahead with a young squad.
Yeah, all the other teams, we are on the same points ladder and all this, and as we all know, we got a really young side as well, and none of these boys have been in that competition before in their careers, and it's all learning curve for us, but we'll just get each game at a time, and we'll see how it goes.
Captain Benjamin Boaz put up a strong performance and received the Man of the Match award.
This week, last week I'm no good performance, belum tumas, but me go back, me train hard, na me come back strong lo. This week, credit go back and all boys lumina. Thank you lo, all bada belum lo, Dabaris lo, nice good performance lo, all lo this having on time. Thank you. Big percentage me go back, me train hard lo, 1-1 performance lo, me all boys set. So me go back. Me play straight me play na me play come back strong lo now game.
The Vipers host Wagi Tumbe in Port Moresby this weekend in round 15 of the Digital Action Mobile Cup. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The Port Moresby Vipers women's team secured their first victory of the 2026 Santos Cup season on Sunday, edging out the Lace-Snacks Tigers 18-16. Vipers kicked off their season campaign with a draw against Couriers in Rabaul last week.
Sunday's outcome was a marked improvement following their 12-all draw against the Couriers in the opening round held in Rabaul. Coach Ben Wamin acknowledged that despite a slow start similar to their previous game, the team worked hard to improve their defensive line speed and attacking plays.
Starting to Mibla, I'm come slow. Mibla been completing 5 plus sets under law. They're terrible. Tigers, but Mibla no what. Mibla leg law. This line speed Mibla. So Mibla go back. Mid emphasize slow girls. So line speed Mibla because all got big play big forward. So Mibla give all enough ground. So Mibla get him momentum to speed. So all come. Kamukara territory Mibla. So me go back. Me emphasize can all girls Mibla line speed. Lots of second up Mibla.
He also praised the senior players for stepping up and shifting the momentum in the Vipers' favor. Special commendation was given to Lila Malabag for her effective kicking game and strong control in the middle of the ruck.
Yeah, Lila, I'm watching one player all year, watching, so now I'm coming in my return blame so I'm slow started looking going game going to remember Copa game at all girls. Back three all girls, all back three making big walk ball inside, so me helping forward slow defense at. I'm improve line speed defense to me, complete more sets, play save, at least me we are completing more sets.
Looking ahead, the Vipers will travel to Goroka this weekend to face the Goroka Laharis women's team in round 3 of the Santos Cup. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The East New Britain Egma Couriers women's team endured a tough day at the office, going down to home team Bintango Goroka Lahanis 22-14 in round 2 of the Santos Cup at the National Sports Institute on Sunday. The day did not start well for the visiting Couriers after their flight was cancelled on Saturday, leading to the team travelling to Goroka on the match day. Arriving at the venue about 20 minutes before the 2 p.m. kickoff, they still took the field in high spirits.
From the get-go, the home side responded immediately, working the ball through the forwards, led by Lahani's lock Adasha Gagima and supported by Nathalie Kuman, Christy Sogavo, Elizabeth Gende, and industrious Uka Roslyn Soso. They repeatedly penetrated the Couriers' defensive line. Deloitte Walter touchdown in the opening 10 minutes to give Lahanis an early 4-0 lead. The Rabaul girls steadied the ship and produced some structured play of their own. Pressure paid when reserve forward Ellen smashed over in the 15th minute to level the score. Lahanis hit back when reserve forward Ukere Sabume crashed over the try line to restore the lead to 10-14. The home side added 2 more points from a penalty in the Couriers' danger zone. In the 27th minute, Couriers' reserve forward Tau Klein Sautau powered through the Lahanis' defense to score and convert their own try to make it 12-10 at half-time. After the break, Lahanis' halfback Gail Monove slipped through the Couriers' defense to cross for a try that put the side back in front. The result was sealed in the 57th minute when Lahanis' fullback Skylin Seal finished a move to extend the lead to 22-12. Both teams displayed some good skills both in attack and defense and stayed competitive throughout, keeping supporters on their feet. After the match, both coaches were happy with the efforts of their girls as they look forward to regroup and ready for round 3.
Mistakes making, strong team the girls to strong work hard because now game the home game. So put him some like and strong for play support stuff.
Couriers coach Lineford Gori said they prepared well for the Goroka trip, but due to flight disruptions, it really affected the team morale, both mentally and physically.
Most of girls for me, all academy girls, come out lo PNG RFL Academy. Full credit go back and Bosman Joe, na Raymond. I think install him plenty good for something inside the model. So that's why I make him work with me plan that be more easy. Look at again goals next week home. So yes, we look forward to Agan Eagles and one big one. We just take them one game at a time. As we go back and tomorrow starting my preparation on Tuesday. Looking forward to Saturday game. One time all Agan Eagles.
Gores will regroup and prepare to host Mantagan Eagles women at Queen's Park Rabaul on Saturday. Meanwhile, Lahanis take on Port Moresby Vipers, a prelude to the men's clash between the Goroka Lahanis and Snacks Tigers at NSI.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern. Port Moresby and Daru mostly clear skies. Popondetta partly cloudy. Momase, lay cloudy with few showers. Vanimo, becoming cloudy with few showers. New Guinea Islands. Lorengau and Kavieng mostly clear skies. Buka clear skies with windy conditions. And Highlands region, all centers morning fog clearing to mostly clear skies, partly cloudy. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, seas light to moderate with south to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, seas moderate to rough with south to southeast winds at 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 knots at times. Bismarck Sea, seas light to moderate rather rough over the southern sector with southeast winds at 10 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 knots over the southern sector. Pacific Ocean, seas light to moderate becoming rough over the central to eastern sector with south to southwest winds of 10 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 to 30 knots over the central to eastern sectors. And coastal waters forecast. Waters from Finchefin to Vitias and Dampier Strait to Sea and Long Island to West New Britain. Seas 2 to 2.5 meters rising to 3 meters at times. And waters of East New Britain and New Island to Bougainville, seas 1.5 to 2 meters rising to 3 meters over warning areas. And that ends tonight's news. Pleasant viewing. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by